this fine evening. We've got a really great show scheduled for you guys on tonight. We've got Mother Maybelline who's coming in talking to us about our friends. We've got a really good topic tonight about work-life balance that I'm super excited about. I think many of us can relate to this particular show topic, as well as maintaining relationships or attempting to maintain a relationship. So it's going to be a good one. And we've got a really great political news topic on this evening. As though, we're going to go ahead and start early with this political chat because it is one of our favorite things around here at the school. So we've got a really jam-packed show for you guys tonight. So I want to go ahead and get the business out of the way so that we can all say hello and keep the party going. We are an interactive show here at the Scoop Radio Show, so we love to hear from you. We ask that you comment on this live feed, and you will see your comments show up in real time here along the conversation. So we invite you to interact. We also want you to call in and chat with us in real time, and you can do that by dialing 929-477-2304, then pressing the number 1 to let us know that you want to share live on the air. Yes, and please do that. We encourage you to do that. We love to hear your thoughts. Also, share this live. If you are new to the show, we've got some snazzy new software that we're super excited about, and we want the world to see our new hotness and join in the conversation as well. So we encourage you to share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Become part of the fam. All right, so now I'm going to hush and say what's up to the rest of the crew. Wynn, how you doing over there?
I'm good. Now that we getting all of this, whatever technical thing is happening today straight, I'm good.
Yeah. I think all three of us are having a little bit of issue today. So we're going to ask everybody bear with us.
It's the devil. It's the devil. The devil is out to get her.
Kels, how you doing, sis? See? Telling y'all. Kels, how you doing, sis?
She talking. She muted. We can't hear.
I get it together. I don't even know.
Now, come on.
I'm not even on Blog Talk.
Now we can hear you.
Yeah, we got you now. Okay. I think she's still trying to connect it to the Yeah. All right. Well, Kels is here, everybody. Kels says, what's up? She gonna come on in here in just a second. Grace says with her commentary. We're gonna go ahead and get her necessary things to get her in on the convo.
What'd you say? You, I ain't hear a word you just said.
Oh my goodness. I said we are working on getting Kels in, and we are trying to do that. And in the meantime, we should move along until we can get her on the conversation.
Okay. Kels.
I'm sending her. Okay. So we want to go ahead and do news. We want to get into the news while I get her information. All right.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please hold and you will be able to listen to the show.
Here she comes. Come on, Kim.
I tried to call in on the phone. I told y'all about it.
It's the devil.
It's the retrograde. It messes with everything. Electronics, all of the stuff.
This is crazy.
Well, we hear you loud and clear now. You in this thing, sis. You in this thing.
Okay.
All right. You good? You good, Kels? You good?
No, I'm good. I'm here. I'm on the phone. So, damn. Hey, y'all.
Hey, girl.
All right, we ready
I
to
don't
go.
know.
Do we need to play the song over or something? No.
We're like, we need to do over.
Squad up.
Right.
Woo, Jesus. Okay, let's go. All right. All right. Whew. Listen, let's have a start for a word of prayer.
All right, let's get on into it. I think we're good for news. Kels, go ahead and say what's up to the people real quick because we've been patiently and anxiously awaiting your arrival. And then I think we should go ahead and let Wynn get into the news. Oh, okay.
I'm still working on.
All right. Y'all ready to go in the news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So here's my so this week in the news, we've got Bernie Sanders, who announced his run for that he is officially running for president of the United States in 2020. As we know, Uncle Bernie, as we so affectionately called him, ran in 2016 and didn't win the Democratic nomination. Madam Hillary Clinton did. So he's running again. And this past week, just like everybody has been asked, he's been asked what his thoughts are on topics. What's his platform? What are his thoughts specifically on things like reparations?
Mm-hmm.
And so my question is, what are your thoughts on Uncle Bernie and his ideas? Hit the continue button. What are your thoughts? Because if you all saw the comment, he said that he does not believe in reparations in the form of a check, but he believes that reparations should be done in the form of what did he say?
The bank changes and the
Right, bank changes, that we should work with communities who need help, and that basically, yeah, making sure that lending things are right, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. He wants to end
not
loans.
say what?
He wants to repair racism with loans, with lax loan structure is what it sounded like.
Giving us loans, giving us more access to loans, more small business loans, et cetera, and instead of a check. My question is, should we expect a check? Number one, and is this the thing that we should really be throwing ourselves behind if he is already telling us I'm not giving you a check? Or is it good enough that he's saying, that he's just saying, I'm good. I want to make sure that we fix lending practices. I want to make sure you can get loans. I want to make sure you can, is that good enough for us? And then, is that good enough? Let me start there. So Q, I'm gonna throw that out to you. What do you think?
So I'm gonna say that this is the part of the interview that I had to actually cut out on so that we could get ready for tonight. They were just getting into the good stuff as far as reparations were concerned. But I did hear where he spoke about the lending practices and how he felt that those things were going to be his solutions to the reparation question. I honestly wasn't very shocked that he wasn't here for cutting a check for everybody. And until we get like some more details as to how that's supposed to happen, I'm kind of reluctant to say, yes, cut a check. I think it sounds amazing and ideal. And on the basic premise of what reparations have been expressed to us is what they should be for, I'm good for reparations. But I don't really know if lending is enough. I don't know if banking is enough. Everybody doesn't want a small business. Everybody doesn't need a loan like that. Everyone doesn't, and a loan is different from this is what we feel we owe you. So I think there's a little fuzziness as far as what the definition of reparation really would be. So for him to say that he's for it, but then not for it seems kind of interesting. But my counter to that entire question is I really would like to see a breakdown of how reparations are to happen. If we do get someone that's going to make reparations their thing, how? Because I'm not really trying to get sold the dream again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see how something can actually come to fruition.
Kim?
I think I'm always on the side that they need to have something tangible for some type of reparations, since it was promised to us and never given to us.
Mm-hmm.
The United States have done reparations for many groups of people, and we never got what's due to us. And I'm glad Charlemagne the God kept asking.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I don't agree with bank changes and policy changes and all that, because we need something specific to us.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
Get it together, Bernie. Find you something else.
Here's my concern about that was that, number one, I get, I get that he, we'll hear the whole he's not president of Black America, like we said with Obama.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, we have to demand an agenda that takes that looks out for us.
Yeah.
And I think, my concern is that when we make statements like, oh, he said this will help all underserved communities like, Black and brown and even poor white communities. I get it. I completely get that. However,
we ain't talking about them. Like, straight up, this conversation ain't about them this time. We have a real hard time staying on topic as a country right now. I've noticed that a lot this last week specifically. We got a hard time staying on topic. But yeah, that we ain't talking about everybody else right now. We always talking about everybody else as a collective. Ain't who we talking about.
Right. And I'm trying to figure out why. Not figure out, but I think I know why. Like, I get that we're 16% of the population, our vote, all that, blah, blah, blah. But we're enough of the population that we can cause a problem if we vote. And if you didn't think that we can make it to where you win, or we can make it to where you don't win.
Yeah. And the cookie cutter stance ain't gonna really cut it this go round. I don't think that's gonna go. It ain't gonna go.
Yeah, Bernie, I need you to say Bernie. And I'm not just saying for him. Bernie, Corey,
Mm-hmm.
Biden, Trump, whoever.
Yeah.
I need you to understand. And I think what we need to do more than them is we need to demand. The part of his discussions that have concerned me is that, yeah, Charlemagne, like Kel says, pushed him, but he let him off the hook.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I need some, you know know what? I'm gonna say this. I don't necessarily need a check.
Yeah.
You could even listen, Bernie, if you're listening, you could even just say, I'm gonna get rid of debt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think we would all be like, oh, okay.
I can work with that. Yeah, because it opens up. I don't think, because see, people who don't know a deficit do not recognize how much an addition can really feel. To be able to know that you could go out somewhere and say, you know what, I want to try and buy this house and not have to have, ridiculous amounts of money, or you want to be able to go and buy a car and pay a regular human APR for your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So you're not worried about, am I going to pay my car payment or have gas so that I can get to the job to actually pay this car payment for the vehicle? Those are real issues that credit affect Black people specifically, like out of the gate. And the process to recover it is so much more difficult. So, you know, those types of things are tangible. And I would really hope that we are not so distracted by commas and checks that we don't recognize the value in that. I would hope we would stretch ourselves enough to learn credit and how it works and how to manipulate it and grow within it once you've been given said clean slate. Okay. Like, we got to be more open to alternatives as a, you know, aside from that basic, here's your money. Okay.
look, I'm looking at my live and at the live, I'll say, I need a check. 100,000 would be nice. I'm with you, Al. I mean, it would be nice, no, but I'm just saying that for, you know, for those of us who, for example, like who have student loan debt, and if you don't have student loan debt or mortgage debt, it's something like I personally would be okay if Bernie was like, you know what, you got option A, B, or C. I'm gonna get rid of all your debt. If you got student loan debt, we're gonna wipe that out. Mortgage debt, wipe that out. You know, give me the equivalent of my 40 acres.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we'd have to figure out what that is.
Well, the people are there, people, and there have been people who have.
Okay.
What I'm not going to do is like Tiffany said she need to check too. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to let you give me a $200 check.
Mm-mm. No.
And that's what the other lady was saying. The other, I forgot her name, but she was saying she would do like the 10 million or 10 billion, whatever, a year over 10 years. And that averages out to like $200 some dollars a family.
Mm.
No, my ass didn't pick cotton for $200.
No.
Sarah.
Nah.
Sarah. You owe Dr. King family more than $200.
Yeah,
So,
that ain't good.
Yeah. So I think we need I'm okay with a check. I think we need like an A, B, and C type thing, but like whatever the number is, it's got to be bigger than $200. I'll say 100,000. I'm okay with 100,000. He also says free college tuition. I agree. I think we also got to deal with the fact that this redlining problem, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because
we're gonna need a foundation package. We help build the foundation. Now we need a collection of things.
Yeah.
A check, some stocks, some credit clearing, some day, you know, like I think that I don't think that's too much to ask. I really don't think that's too much to ask. I agree.
Yeah, because so I think that the watch thing is a problem. Excuse me, not the watch thing, but the that's chaos. That the redlining is a problem because redlining affects our home ownership, and so the majority of our wealth is coming from the equity in our home. The equity in our home is automatically less because we're Black. It's a Black neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
That is a big problem.
So you think? I mean, I feel them. Yes, I definitely want you to fix the fact that we don't get business loans. I want you to fix the redlining problem. I want you to fix the voter suppression issue. I want you to fix that. But those are all things that we're supposed to get. So you giving me what I'm supposed to have, not fix the problem that's already that's present, or the 300 years that you've already made us behind. So fix that and run me my money, Bernie.
Yeah. Kels, I think.
Yes.
I think from the financial standpoint, I want to ask you on this. Do we have time before I say 25? Do I have time to ask this real quick? Okay, cool. So from the actually both of y'all, from the financial standpoint, as far as student loan debt and things like that are concerned, if this were to be something that, if student loan were to be considered, do you all have the stats as far as the difference as far as African Americans versus other groups of people as far as student loan debt? Because I know we always laugh about student loan debt and that we all have it, but is that a large chunk of African American debt as far as student loan is concerned? I'm just
Well,
curious.
that's a chunk of everybody.
Right, I
It's
know
a
that.
chunk of everybody.
Like, so is that something that would be in a group of politicians deciding what our reparations would look like? Would that be something that would be voted off the island as though, no, this is something that should be for everyone if we're going to do that? Is there a number that sets us apart, specifically from other people? Do you know?
No, that's what I'm saying. For student loans,
Mhm.
there's no disparity based on race, because that's a chunk of everybody. So yeah, if they wanted to do that, that's fine. But there's no disparity in it Americans have based compared to anybody else, because there's aggregate loan limit, so everybody usually gets the max. So the average is the same pretty much across the board.
Gotcha. Okay.
But that's cool.
Right. Don't wipe them out. I will not stop you.
I'm knocking it out, but I will say that I've heard people suggest it probably wouldn't help if the plan that everybody gets free health care comes into play. But I suggest, Black people are reparations through free because of things that are, ingrained in us that can be traced back to slavery.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think that. But we need something specific to us. If they can get people that other races that have had things bad happen to them in America, that they can get rid of something.
Yeah, it can be done. I'm just wanting to know how. That's all. I'm not questioning that it can be done because we see it happen every day. I just want to know how. I just want to see it laid out. James on my line says, what about trade and stock classes to help Blacks to maximize their money? Also, 40A and a mule, 40 acres and a mule. Would that be at rates back then or now? And rates of what state? James, I think Wynn covered the end question about that as far as the conversion of 40 acres to a mule to now times. I think there are a group of people that have determined what those rates would be. I don't have that information, but I'm sure it's out there. I think I'm also aligned with the stock classes options. I'm more for the education of continuing growth. I know folks right off the top of my head that I would be afraid if they got $100,000. You know what I'm saying? As happy for them as I would be that they had a little chunk of change, that would make me fearful for where their mindset currently is and what they would do with that. So I'm absolutely aligned with education and training around how to make your money grow. So I agree. I think that should be built into whatever plan we have. I would hope. Good question.
I think so. Do the two of you think that it's beneficial for us to actually get this type of agenda and say, like, should we have an agenda and say, whoever we back, we need? I think so. You need to come prepared to tell us how you're going to. If you want our vote, these are the issues you need to address.
Yeah.
And these are the things that we want. These are our demands. Meet our demands, and we'll support you. We'll vote for you. We'll give you money. We'll whatever. But if you don't do that,
yeah, I think it's time we had something.
it's my opinion.
For far too long, we've only demanded cool. We need a little more than cool.
I agree.
Yeah. Tired
Yeah.
about that.
I agree. All right. Well, that's news for tonight. The nights. Why you laughing?
Because you're looking for the song. Me too, but it's okay. I think it's guys got it, but I'm not sure. I think
I actually wasn't even looking for the song this time. I was looking for the level up flyer. That's what I was looking for.
you had your look and look, so I figured it was for the song.
All right. So this segment was brought to you by the Level Up Conference. We are looking for vendors. So for the 2018 Level Up Conference, which is March 9th, 10th, and 11th here in Chicago, we are looking for vendors, 29 vendors that we can partner with to show off your product or your service. So we are inviting you again to be a part of it. It's right now we are running a special for the next 10 vendors who sign up. We are giving $100 off of the price of the vendor fee. So you see myself, CQ for questions at globaldriveradio@gmail.com, or go to the conference website and get your and get the Lord Jesus, my mind went blank, and get the vendor packet at www.levelupchicago.com. So we're excited about this conference, and we know that our trainers are prepared to give you the best information. So come and partner with us at this year's Level Up Conference. All right. So the first song of the night, this is not a new one, but the first song of the night is God Got It by Marquis Mark XQ. And so we'll be right back after this with the hot topic. This is the Scoop Radio Show.
I know everything's gonna be alright. In my darkest hour, God, you are my light. In my morning, I'm committed for the faith, so I'm still enough fight. And if the enemy wanna come beat me, it'll be on sight. I thank you, God, I praise you, Lord, for all of my days. If I got a problem, if I got an issue, I know it'll be okay. Even in the time of disaster, you are still the master. God got it. There's not a problem, you can let go. God's in control. Do it all, my God, never falls. God, hey. Problems and all to the all. God, hey. Couldn't get any worse, a lot of things happen when you put God first. No, I am no singer, but I'm a believer, so bring on Maria, God is on the feeder. Nothing, all of my praises in the day. I say all of my praises in the day. I'm gonna thank you for all of your days. I thank you for all of my days. And you will, Lord, there is always a nothing, all of there is always a spirit. Don't try to y'all don't do nothing the devil can win. I mean that we just be changing the keys. No sinners for free, that key wasn't history. But if you need me to, I'll show you just for frequency. Keep on going when they say stop it, cause you know that God's got it. Do it all, my God, never falls. God, hey. Hey, problems and all to the altar. God, hey. You couldn't get it any worse. A lot of things happen when you put God first. Do it all, my God, never falls. God, hey. Hey, problems and all to the altar. God, hey. You couldn't get it any worse. A lot of things happen when you put God first. A lot of things happen when you put God first. A lot of things happen when you put God first. A lot of things happen when you put God first. A lot of things happen when you put God first.
Hey.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. I'm having all kind of different over here. So the hot topic for tonight is interesting. We had a lot of feedback on both posts about this very topic. So let me just read it first. It's actually a post that I posted in Scoop Nation. And the question is, are people still having something in the late 30s, 40s? And let me just clarify what a one night stand is. We're talking about a one night stand with, strangers. So two people meet, they hook up, have sexual relations, and then don't see each other again.
Done.
So it seems like that's something that people may be doing and being risky in earlier ages. But are people still doing that in their late 30s and 40s? So I'm gonna go to Q first. What do you think? Do you think it's still going on? And why?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do think one night stands are still going on, and why? I think we don't want to do now. No, some folks just like to get it in and keep it moving. Why they may or may not like that over getting to know someone and becoming more than just a one night stand, beyond me. Never really got with that thought of getting it in. But the real reason why I think it's still a thing in our 30s and 40s is because in our younger years, a lot of us spent a lot of time trying to make a forever type of love with temporary type of people. So by the time we get to be forever type of folks that are worth being forever with, we're over that. And by that time, I've heard this from a lot of people, they are done with that the work that it goes into making something longer than just one night. So by the time they get to that point, they know what they want. I want to get it in. I want to go to hell home. And
now, what was that? That's interesting.
Well, okay. Okay. You know what? I'm about tired of this technical difficulties. I know that much.
man,
We go. Listen. Father, stretch my head. I'm so tired. To
yes.
Lord.
Okay.
Okay.
About the one night
Wilfred, you were up next to the question.
The answer to yes. Actually, I think it probably happens
About
more.
the one night stand.
I think it happens more now than it did then. Simply because I think a lot of it is that when you get to this stage of life,
Really?
yeah, because I think that what I notice is that when you get to this stage of life, like you don't care about what you should do and what you're supposed to do. Is I'm gonna do what I'm grown, so I'm gonna do what I feel like doing, and so you throw off that whole, a good woman doesn't do it on the first night, or
Yeah.
I want it and I feel it, I'm gonna do it. It is what it is. At least that's been my what I've heard happens.
Yeah, what we've heard.
I guess, like, my opinion is at first I really thought that one night would slow down the older a person would get, but I guess it's all in the mindset. And the reason I even asked the question is because I had never been put in position so many times by random men I don't know, about acting like they want to get to know you, but then really what it really boils down to, they just want to have sex. And I just thought, and I mean, these are older men, you just think it'll be a different conversation when you're older. Like, to me, if that's all you want to do, like, at least feel the person out to see if that's what page they're on. Like, don't err on booty calls.
Yeah.
On getting to know somebody first. So that was the reason behind the question. I'm gonna go to man. Look, of course that won't work either. I can't get into the post. Now I will say that while for the post that there were a and I mean I was shocked. Like, to me I feel like people were what word am I looking for? Like Winfrey was saying, less likely to people will think of and things like that the older you get. But I guess I would think that people will want to be safer with their private areas when they grow older.
Yeah.
Like, even if you are, I'm looking for the correct word. Even if you are a freak or something like that, I just feel like you would want to be a freak with one person.
I mean, and I think they do. I think people want to be with one person, but in the absence of you having that person, I think people are just like, I've been doing. I think it's the idea of I've been doing it the right way all of this time. It's not working, so I'm going to try it the way that I think that I feel like, not the way that my parents might have told me, or not the way that the quote unquote good girl does. You know what I mean? Like, I think people are just, and I think, to be honest, I think it's more women than men that do that, because I think as men, unfortunately, we don't grow up. We don't, typically grow up with the thought that we should wait, or that we should, I think we grow up thinking, like, most of us are like, hey, do what you do.
Yeah.
So sexual promiscuity for men is like a badge of honor when you're growing up. Like, if you don't, if you're not having sex, then it's a problem. Whereas we teach our daughters to wait, but we tell our sons, get it while you can, brother.
Yeah. Yep.
So I guess that is a good point. So you think the older women get, that they're more likely to engage in these type of sexual activities versus men?
I'm gonna be again in what I heard. I'm not saying something. I'm a virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when a woman hits like 45.
Yeah. So I have two comments. Tay is on the live, and she's saying that Kels, you can't blame the men for this one again. They only do that because they were made to think that it was okay. And dang it, I just lost Larry's comment. Larry, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I missed your comment. It was there, and I got another one, and it pulled off the screen. I'm so sorry. We were basically saying that he believes one night stands are basically due to selfishness. I know what I want. I'm going to get what I want, and I'm going to move on with my life. So he's saying that for a lot of people, one night stands boil down to selfishness. It's about me, and that's it. Shayla said she told all of hers to wait. And knowing Shayla, I believe it. She did. You probably
she told
did.
all of hers to wait.
She told all of her.
And I mean, and in no way I'm not blaming men per se. What my thing is just the type of conversations. Mm-hmm. So since I don't talk to women, only conversation I'm having sexually are with men.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, period. Even on the flip, if it's a woman doing it, I just think that it's odd. Well, I shouldn't say odd. I was just surprised to think that, because I'm not frigid when it comes to sexual conversations anyway. But if you don't know, if you just met me on the street or you just saw me on Facebook and you think you can ask to come to my house right now,
yeah,
who does that? And who is that kind of? Like, to me, I just feel like you should have common courtesy. You should be polite, flirting, and then if you feel like that's leading to the conversation, then yeah, but don't just
lead with
like
that.
To me, what makes that you just look at me and think I'm supposed to go to bed with you? You know what I mean? Like, what is that? Should you be offended that because we'll jump out those people? They not. To me,
yeah.
One comment from the poll says, "Yep, it's easy to keep, and you don't have to worry about getting cheated on." So I thought that was another perspective, that maybe people do that to mask, to keep that wall up and that guard up, to say, I'm just gonna get mine and I ain't got to worry about nothing else. But again, I just feel if you had a friends with benefit situation, that person,
yeah,
that person, their type of country, don't like. I don't know. I guess I just feel like it's more fun with somebody, at least somebody you know.
But you know where I think that makes people, I think that scares people, Kels. I think getting to know someone, this is the root for why one night stands are still happening. Because we all want somebody, even if it's just for one night. But the fear of having to do the work to actually let someone else in, me maybe have to give my emotions a backseat to somebody else's. Rashayla just commented to that effect as well. She's like, I don't know if I got time for somebody else's emotions right now. Those types of things force you outside of your space of self. So I don't want to be your friend, because then I might give a damn. I might care if something's going on in your life. You might need somebody to come through for more than just smashing. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the space for that right now. We tell ourselves that all while lining up one night stands every night of the damn week. If you don't sit down and find you a girlfriend or a boyfriend and be still,
hey. I'm
right.
You hustling backwards. Homie, that is backwards. You are just sprinkling energy all over for nothing. You hustling backwards. You loving backwards.
So let me ask you guys this. So if you are looking for a relationship, do you feel like a person is okay with just having these random one night stands?
What?
Even if they're wanting a relationship and they're just doing it to last time. You think that someone who is, say, I just use, so say I'm looking for a relationship, I want a relationship, but I haven't found anybody. So my rock stop, I'm just having one night stand. That clouds a person from being able to eventually have a relationship. And whichever one of you want to answer first.
So you saying, do I think that it's going to keep you from having a relationship because you keep having one night stand?
I don't. First.
Is that what you're asking?
Right. Do you think that would cloud a person's ability to be in a monogamous relationship?
Cloud a person. What I do, I think that it can. That if that is the perpetual way that you have relationships, yes, it will.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more that you just have one night stands, if you do this on a regular basis, then it grows. Number one, you get comfortable in that, even though it's not really what you want. You can settle for it because you're getting the quote unquote fix of intimacy that you want. So if you're getting that on a regular basis, you can get used to that. Number two, I think it breeds an environment in our souls where we don't trust and where we don't get used to doing the work that it takes to connect to another person. Mm-hmm. Number three, I say yes because anytime, even though I'm going to use this word, even though I think that a person who does that has a certain kind of dysfunction, or whatever you want to call it, I think we can become comfortable in that dysfunction. And so our dysfunctions can become normal, and we think that that is the best type of relationship for us because in our minds, it's working. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting hurt, I'm getting what I need. I'm not getting, I don't have to, pay for dates and I get to keep my money. Like whatever way you have to rationalize in your mind to make it work, you can do that. And so it can cloud it. Is it impossible? No, I'm not saying it's not impossible, but I do think that it is very difficult. Mm-hmm.
No, I agree with all of those points that Wendy made. And I think that it can make it difficult because it's going to be hard for you to determine if this person is even potential if you move in with that one night stand energy. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, in my experience, and in learning and loving and talking to other single people, rarely has a situation been made based on coming with one night stand energy. Now, do I know folks who make it happen magically some kind of random way because the lines just, the stars aligned? Yes. But for the general group of folks of us out here moving about and dating, that doesn't generally work because your conversation is different. How you approach that person is different because you're not expecting it to be long term. So you're not asking those even simple baseline probing questions to figure out if this person could be potential for you outside of the bedroom. So I think it's going to take a little more effort for a person who is one night standing and trying to long term it. I think that's going to be difficult. You're going to have a lot of focus to make that happen. And I think something's going to fall when that happens. I also have 2 comments before we get off of here. 3. I agreed with you, Kels, as far as the men folk coming into the inbox and, or being propositioned without a previous relationship. Like that was weird to her. Larry says, a man can use a one night stand as a sense of accomplishment, another notch in the belt, but a woman can use it with the motive or a hidden agenda, satisfaction, revenge, pleasure, a sense of being wanted, etc. He also says, if a man has many one night stands, he's the man, but if a woman has many one night stands, she is considered a hoe. Prime example. I do agree with Larry's second comment as far as how we were brought up. The way my kids are being brought up, boys are absolutely hoes too, and they are thoughts as well. That whole get it all you can from everybody is not as fly as it used to be when we were coming up. I have noticed that, and I think men often move with one night stand agendas as well. It is not always just saying I got some tonight and I'm gonna go home and play the game and go to sleep. I think that hidden agendas, motives, things like that absolutely happen with both sides. Yeah, and women are going to just get it in and go home too. You know, they got work in the morning and it's been a minute. I gotta go. I got stuff to do. I'll holler, player. Yeah. For real. You know what I mean? So it's happening from both sides of that coin. But I do appreciate your comments and hanging out with us today. For sure. For sure.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so
y'all get worse.
No, we're becoming self-aware. I don't think it's I think women are becoming way more self-aware of how y'all been having fun for way too damn long, and it's time for us to get some of that too. And I think when we become a certain age, we get less and less, we give less and less of a damn how y'all feel. And that's something that we hear our aunties talk about. Girl, when you get 40, girl, when you get 50, girl, it's because they don't care. They don't care what we think. They don't care. They're going to get it in. They don't care.
Listen, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, you know what the problem is? And I know this ain't the part of it, but I'm gonna say this. The problem is that this doesn't always. Shut up. Never mind. Keep going. Keep going.
Shut up. Never mind. Keep going. You don't know what you want to do.
Well, and this while Winfrey gets his wits together, I just always thought, I've always wondered, because I've had people have the conversation that, you hold it till you find the right one. And I just always thought, well, even if you're in that space and you're being free, I just feel like, how can you turn that off?
Yeah.
If you used to have a new twat every night, how you gonna turn that off just because you like somebody else? You know what I mean? How you go turn it off?
Kelsey, I agree with you. Yeah. I was thinking about myself before I got married. Like, it was like I knew that there was a period that I needed to learn how to control myself, because if I didn't, I knew going into marriage, all of a sudden you just don't wake up one night and morning and be like, oh, okay, I'm flipping the switch. It don't work.
Right.
I knew that there needed to be a period of time where we call it purging, like purge myself and get some things together so that I wouldn't go into marriage or go into a relationship thinking that it was cute to every time I had the urge that I was going to go do whatever I had the urge to do. So I think for men and women, it's beneficial to learn self-control in every area, to develop a level of self-control that you don't let your sexual urges and emotions control what you do.
Yeah.
That's a very good way to end. I'm glad you said that. So, as you all know, even with all the technical difficulties, the hot topic was brought to you by Curvy Kitten, where self-reflection is perfection. Curvy Kitten is more than a clothing line, a movement loving all of our curves, foundation for loving each other. So you can use code KKLove when you go to the curvykittens.com website and get you, KNEW, that's KKNEW, get you an additional 10% off. And it is time for some more music.
Kels.
And I think this is the show.
You're not going to tell me about the fashion show?
And you could also take it. So,
we trying to get money up in here. Come on, Kels. Come on.
On that website as well, we have America's Next Model finalist Bianca Golden coming to host, y'all. So Curvy Kitten, we trying to get to the next level. We trying to level up.
Yes.
For the level up. So we are trying to rub elbows with those that can help us level up. So that is May 9th to the website. You can purchase your ticket there as well. Now, time for one of our show favorite songs. This is How Do You Feel by No He Tied. So y'all groove with us until we get to the next segment.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm thinking, I be wishing we was on the same page. But you was showing me the real you, so I let you run at your page. Now that I'm gone, you care. And I don't care that I'm gone. I don't care if I'm wrong. The sun still gon' shine strong. Every time I turn you on my girl, you listen to a word, pay attention to a thing I had to say. But you gon' learn today. You gon' respect my mind. Now that I'm back in my thing. How do you feel now that I'm gone? Now you alone, you can do what you want. How do you feel? Knowing you lost me, a real one at that, knowing you should never cross me. How do you feel? Oh yeah, oh. How do you feel? Oh yeah, oh. How do you let go? You was stuck in your ways, I know. And you said I was in you. It's funny how the paper turns. Now you out in your feelings. Now you miss me. Too late now, cry me a river. So your love fell in a love letter. Now you know better, you can grow better. Hate all the change with the cold weather. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You so stubborn, oh yeah. Now you miss my friends, but you get the message. Reminiscing got you crying, got you stressing so bad. Ooh, cause you gon' have to get it right. Selfish ways gotta put aside. You gon' have to put my ass if you won't love. If you won't my love. If you won't my love. How do you feel now that I'm gone? Now you alone and you can do what you want. How do you feel knowing you lost me? A real one at that, knowing you should never cross me. How do you feel now that I'm gone? Now you alone and you can do what you want. How do you feel knowing you lost me? A real one at that, knowing you should never cross me. How do you feel? Oh yeah. Oh. How do you feel? How do you feel?
All right. That is, like Kel said, one of our faves around here. That reminds me of the R&B version of Drake's Out Now. Like, how you feel? Huh? Like, that's the R&B answer to his Drake's version of rap, I guess. But, you know, we're not going to go down that road. So tonight we are going to talk about our tonight's topic is work-life balance in relationships. How do you make the whole thing work together? And we're going to share some tips. We're going to have a little love session where we can kind of take care of one another and give each other a little pep talk and ways to make that thing happen. But tonight we just want to talk about kind of what it takes to become a kind of a kung fu master at that whole work-life balance relationship situation, because it does take a little bit of finaglery to get that together. So I am currently not feeling like a pro at the whole work-life balance thing. Just going to be fully transparent for the people on this evening. And I thought, when I saw that this was our topic, I thought to myself, oh, wow, okay. So here's a chance to get real with the people. This feeling, the feeling of having it together comes and goes, depending upon your season, just like anything else that you do in life. If you are trying to also manage a relationship where another person is involved that you are to give extra care and attention and mindfulness and tone watching to, those things can become taxing when you also have to do that in your day-to-day. So those things can be real interesting. Don't throw in a side business to that. So now you're working for another man, you got to love another man or woman, and then you got to get from under the man by creating your own business. And none of these things make you feel in control of not a damn thing. So there's all kinds of puzzles that come into this thing that we all trying to find the magic word balance in. Okay. I remember Asa, one of our good friends, and he's a show, we love Asa here. He made a post and said, like, balance does not exist. It straight up does not. If you are waking up every morning attempting to find balance, you are going to fall asleep frustrated every night. You are, and I think that's a misconception that we low-key have as far as doing it all. We think we really have to do it all. And that's daunting. That's depressing, doing it all. You know what I mean? And that's a lot. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about work-life balance and trying to manage relationships within this space?
I'll tell y'all this. I applaud all of y'all who are out here working full-time, got side hustles, and a family. I feel overwhelmed with all the stuff that I do, and I usually just feel comforted in the fact that I'm like, well, I don't have a relationship, that's on the back burner, I'm just gonna do what I need to do to keep busy. So I could even imagine trying to fit that in.
Yeah.
I feel bad about like having to sacrifice time, with my family. Most of you have probably heard me say before that I talk on the phone. I was having a conversation with my loctician, and we were laughing because I was telling her on the phone to my family. So having 4 sisters and a mom that are close, like we talking if I'm in the car driving, if they in the car driving, we talking. And my mom, I might talk to them 2 or 3 times a day. Like, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So having to add another person to that mix, like that's no sleep. That's just long time. Not talking about date night and stuff like that. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what's gonna happen if that ever, pops back up.
Do you think, Kels, that if you did have a relationship that some of like that talking to your family would be what would be sacrificed?
Some gonna have to go. So, it may have to be, hey sis, I gotta talk to you once today. I mean, I've been in my last kind of relationship, my situation that was, he was around for a long time, so he knew the family and stuff, and he just used to laugh like, okay, when are you gonna get off the phone? Like, how many more calls do you take? But we were comfortable enough to where if I was spending quality time with him, he knew I may have to take a phone call or two at that time. So yeah, if I had to, with the way my life is up next, yeah, either I'm have to talk, somebody not gonna get talked to on the phone. That's it. Someone have to go.
Yeah.
I have no more hours to give in my day.
Yeah, I would say I've always over the past several years have said that the normal definition of work-life balance doesn't work for me. And it's not even just because of the whole entrepreneur thing, but the whole like pastor thing does not make for a good work-life balance because people call it a crisis, and if that crisis is at 2 a.m, then the crisis is at 2 a.m.
Yep.
If somebody dies at 2 a.m, and I have to go.
Yep.
So leave for your typical work-life balance. Now, I do think that there are spaces that you can create it, like days off but I can honestly say that I have, in 9 years of being married, there were very few times where I can remember where work was going great, like I was killing it at work, and my home life was on point. Time. Typically, home life was great and work was terrible, or work life was great, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So there were very few moments when that was the case, and a lot of that I think again was on me, because again I don't have I worked in banking, and it was a 7-day-a-week bank. It was 7-day-a-week banking. Plus you're a pastor.
Wow.
Plus you're married.
Yeah, you were not set up for success. Your schedule was not set up for success. Yeah.
So do you? Oh, go ahead.
No, you had a question. Go ahead. I was just gonna.
Well, I was just really rounding back to what you started with even mentioning Asa's post, is that are we moving into spaces where forget work-life balance? Or are we trying to find a way to have a work-life balance with to pull?
For me, I'm looking for work-life peace is what I'm looking for. I think in that you have to decide what it is, what you're willing, what's worth balancing, because some things can fall and still be okay for a minute, if that makes sense. I think a lot of the times we put some undue stress on ourselves based on what we think we should be doing to be successful, and people that require these things of us don't really need all that. So we run ourselves ragged trying to create wins for us because we don't really feel there like we should be. And our people are just like, I don't even need all that. Like, just show up with the cupcakes, bro. I don't need balloons and the dancers and all that other stuff. We just need the cupcakes for the party, Mom. You know what I mean? Like, it's simple. And we often will compensate for those things, and that throws us more off balance than the actual task at hand. So some things can fall. Some things you don't have to allow. You don't have to try and be so great at all the time, because that's where your support system is supposed to come in. Whether that be your additional family, whether it be your coworkers, wherever there are support systems in place in these places. We just don't really call on them thinking we got it. Everybody got it. I got it. And that so I'm not really looking for balance anymore. I'm looking for more of being peaceful enough to say, I ain't got to do that today. You know what I mean? Or that doesn't get me today. I can't give that me. I can't give me to that today. And that be okay and not leave us up all night.
Now, what I was going to mention is actually two points I was going to mention. Now, I actually dated someone who used to have a calendar, and he would try to balance his life with his calendar. Like, he thought he had to have the same amount of time spent with each time spent with, this hustle, time spent on his job, time spent on, his me time, and then his date time. Like, it blew my mind. Like, I was like, what? As busy as I am, my calendar is for me to just keep track of stuff. It's not for me to, divide every moment between, divide, between things that I need to get done. It's just really there to keep track of stuff. But maybe that was his coping mechanism. I mean, he thought he had to give even amount of time to everything in his life. And I just thought that just blew my mind. I was like, I want me to give everything in even amount of time.
Yeah, I appreciate the effort.
Yeah.
However, I think so. I have two different things. I try to process when I do it. One is, so a few years ago, I heard Bishop make a statement. He gave an analogy. He talked about how in life, with all of your responsibilities, it's like juggling, and how the key is to find a good rhythm in your life that you can keep. To juggle, it's about rhythm and keeping it all in the air. So what he tries to do is to, he's constantly juggling. And he said, as long as I don't fail, he said, I know I'm going to make somebody mad every day, but as long as I don't make the same people mad 2 days in a row, okay.
Yeah.
So if today I don't spend as much time with my family, then tomorrow I know I need to compensate for that, maybe in my business or in this or in that. So number one, for me, the other thing I usually think through is thinking about whether or not I properly maintenance my relationship. So I know, for example, that if I have a season where I need to really hone in on work for the next 3-4 months, I need to have that communication. I need to say, listen, babe, for the next 3-4 months, I got to hit it really hard at work. And so what can we do? Because I know for these next 3-4 months, date nights might not happen. Like certain things might get missed. So can you work with me? Can we get through these next 3 months and communicate that? Don't mean you ignore somebody for 3 months, but it does mean that you communicate that this is where you are, that this is what's going on. I see you, I hear you. I'm not, I ain't out cheating. I'm not thought. You know what I mean? I gotta communicate what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm not in love with you. You know what I mean? You have the maintenance. Like you go in maintenance mode. Like I might not be able to do all the things, but I'm gonna do some of the things because I need to spend a little extra time over here. And then at the end of that 3 months, I gotta shift back. Okay, now I'm a maintenance over here. But I got to know, I know that these last 3 months, I haven't given as much as I could to my relationship. So let me really focus in on this for a little while. And so I try to look at it, and that's how to do that.
I have a couple live comments. So Tay asked, she said, yes, she's with you when. She did want to know how you balance church work, and family. She says she's not a pastor, but she's church secretary, and she's always called or text she says, but I'm a church secretary, and I'm always called or text. I've gotten to where if it's after 8 or 9, I won't answer, which I think is perfectly fine. You shouldn't have to answer that late. Larry says, this is my expertise. I have mastered balance. I've mastered balance. LOL. Even though I do believe in if a man don't work, he don't eat. In my marriage, it's a sense of showing the value of your mate to your mate. Time management, putting first what's important and necessary, then what's not important, not necessary second. What's not important and not necessary last. Remember that a person unbalanced is the same weight. Okay. Remember that a person unbalanced is the same as a weight. It holds you down and becomes a burden. Agreed. Okay, after I got through it, apologize. It took me a second. Thais says, the person that is seriously for you will understand your work schedule and the sacrifices you have to make. Your mate should add to you, not subtract or make it harder. Communication is key. Tay agreed with Thais. And I agree. Your person should understand your time management and should work with you to make that time easier. There's nothing like having an understanding, like what Wynn just said. You communicate to your person, look, I need this time. Could you please do this? have that agreement, make it okay, and then that person has flipped the script, and now that is no longer okay, and now you got to communicate to these people that it didn't work, and blah blah. It's a lot. So that person has to be in agreement with that time change, that crunch, or else it's going to be struggle the entire way. You know, then you get resentment. You feel some type of way about your partner. You feel they're being selfish. You know, there's all kinds of things that come into play. Time is a valuable resource that our spouses, our people need. You know, and when they don't get that becomes a real thing. That's a real problem for your people.
And when I think especially if they have if their love language is quality time, then that's a huge thing for that person, that they need that type of thing. So I think, again, it really boils down to, even if it is quality time, it's just communicating. And even in those times when you might not be in balance, just to, you still got to have check-ins. And so whether that's, I can't give you my whole Saturday right now.
Yeah.
But I can give you 30 minutes. I can give you, an hour to sit on the couch and go to dinner. I can give, like, there are things that I might not be able to do, but I can make some adjustments based upon, so you're not completely ignored. So your love language is not ignored. So you don't feel like you're not valued and you're not loved. And the truth is, even when you do that, the other person at times, depending on the length of time, it's probably still going to feel ignored.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you have the conversation and that you consistently communicate that, listen, I appreciate the sacrifices. I know this is difficult. Thank you for riding with me through these couple of months. Thank you for, so that, you're communicating those things. They at least know that you're acknowledging what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And that, again, that you're not just detaching from the relationship, you're not detaching from them, but that you're still trying to maintain a level of intimacy with them.
I agree. I've experienced that both sides of my marriage. With James being, both of us having our own businesses and still being very active parents, it gets to that whole, you have to allow each other the space to say, I got to go do this thing, is huge. There have been times where I have not been happy about having to go do or show up as a family without James, because he's got stuff he's got to put out for clients. He's got stuff he's got to get ready. He's got to master. He's got to do whatever it is that producers do. And that takes time because I've watched it happen. So I know that it's necessary that he be there. You know what I'm saying? And do those things. However, that does not make me a happy wife to know I got to go show up to a family thing where it's supposed to be the family and it's just me and children. You know what I'm saying? So okay, we'll be back. Have fun.
And that's exactly the face of it. Yeah. That's the face and the voice right there.
He knows I'm not happy. He knows he waits sometimes until the last minute to tell me he ain't gonna make it because he knows how unhappy I'm gonna be about this thing. But I also know that's the sacrifice for the big picture. He needs that time to do what he needs to do. There are times where I gotta make product. Ain't nothing else I can do. I gotta get this shea mix. I'm taking over the kitchen. I don't have a space. I don't have anywhere else I need to be. So y'all gonna be doing pizza. You're gonna get some donuts for breakfast. It's gonna be pizza for lunch. And we might be making it happen for pizza from a different place for dinner. We don't know. Because mama's got containers over here. She's got labels over there. I got coconut oil and jojoba oil and everything. You can't cook in here right now. The kitchen is mama's. You know what I'm saying? That's not easy. That's not how they want to wake up and have a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to have to be tiptoeing around me and no, they don't want to hear me do that. But that's the sacrifices that we have to make for each other's big dreams. And no, we're not always happy about it. It makes us uncomfortable. It makes us mad, all of those things. But that's something that you do for your person. You figure those things out and you communicate. And sometimes you just feel, you know what? I'm going to have to get you on the flip. I understand you mad. I'm going to catch you on the flip side, and still handle your business. It doesn't feel like balance in the moment, though. It feels like the furthest thing from balance in the moment.
I'm like, if I ever have to add that to me, I would just have to, which I've kind of started doing, is get to the point where you just have to say no to some things.
Yeah.
Like, even you know, and off you saying this being at peace, because I'm the type of person. If I tell somebody I'm going to be at an event, even if I just liked it on Facebook, if I don't, I feel bad. And I finally figured that out, that I get that from my dad. That person that goes to everybody, supports everybody. And if you're not there, the show can't go on.
Yeah.
I mean, I was sick and had to miss 3 years new. Oklahoma City was not going to fight because Kill. I could not get it together. But I have started without doing everything. Not even trying to do everything. I just have to pick and choose. That is okay for now. So if he ever gets a boo, cut out more of the kicking it. So
Yeah, it's tough. And you're right. I think when you start adding people to your life, then you have to start being more careful to the things you say yes to. Because if and I think especially early on, you don't really know each other's capacity, so you don't know like where that breaking point is, where that point is of we can push it, but when it gets to certain points, I knew that if I didn't, like, after so many days, if it wasn't some meeting in the bedroom, my attitude was gonna be pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that, but you don't know that until you. It's like, why all of a sudden am I like Mercury? What you say, Q? It's not. There's no retrograde happening. Why is my attitude so funky today?
right.
I'm feeling, deprived. I need somebody to reach out and touch my hand. And so we haven't had a date night in a couple of months. What is wrong? Okay, now I know we can't go that long anymore, because if that happens, or if my partner doesn't get this, she or is not going to be happy. So you start to understand those nuances and communicate without them having even to be communicated, because like, oh, it's been about a week. Yeah, I better get this together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
You start noticing that.
What was
it's
it
hard.
that we watched where homegirl was who could play that game, where she was telling her homegirls about the men's cycle and how long they can go without and things like that. Like that absolutely comes into play when it comes to relationships. Because women are the same way. We're the same way. There's a certain amount of time before you looking like, hello, I am, and it would get aggressive about it. Like,
that's chaos right there.
Yeah.
Do something. Like, we need to talk. Like, what is it? Yeah.
Look, I start quoting Bible scriptures. The Bible says.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
I did. I'm like, it's not good for man to be. I'm like, it's not good for man to be alone. So please don't leave me alone no more.
So, co-pastor, don't forget scripture for that.
Baby, please, can we render some due benevolence? What he say? Did y'all see the one video where he's talking about that you should go talk about some it's a weapon against the future, and so let's go to war. Did y'all see that? Kevon Carter talking about. I gotta send y'all that.
The text between him and his wife, the sexting that was way not.
No. He was he was like knocking on the door.
Yeah.
But he was knocking on the door, talking about some. Yeah, I'm gonna send that one to you. But anyway, it's it's real. It's real.
Crazy.
So really, it's work-life sex balance.
You said it's what?
You gotta have a work-life sex. So basically, you're saying you gotta have a work-life sex balance.
I mean, that probably goes first. Sex, more like sex,
You gotta get
light work. But yeah. I swear ain't nobody gonna let me go past the food with y'all.
you gonna be banned from the pulpit in like 2 more shows.
They're gonna be like, remember this show right here?
2 more shows, you're gonna be banned.
You're like, remember this show right here? That was it. We're done.
Yeah.
They're gonna give you one of those infomercials that go at 2 a.m. now. Panda Pastoral Services.
Yeah, they're talking about
Panda Ministries. Right. Please don't ever do that again.
I'm selling water.
Selling water. Yeah,
Like,
bottles of water, little perfume sample sizes of water. Don't do it. Don't do it. I will not be affiliated with that ministry. I'm not affiliated.
oh, you gonna be bottling them up. Talk about this works for me. Kale's gonna go, hey.
My check came within 48 hours. Me praying over my water.
Kale's gonna be like, I got the cloth and it works.
Oh my goodness. Hey, you know, if we need merch, you got the right crew to come up with the merch, okay? So we will make that thing happen. You said, okay, Peter Popoff. Yes, we're gonna be Panda Popoff over here. We're gonna
Thais got it. She caught the vision. See?
Oh my goodness. Listen, that's one more business to balance. We can't add no more business. Not,
This is a team effort.
that is enough. See, so that is the perfect indicator that it's time for us to hush because Wynn done talked us into a whole nother business within a segment. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and put a pin in this one and get on into our next song. Is this our final song? It is. Hey, and it's my Jazam. I'm so happy. I'm excited for this one. We have Love Unconditional by To The Truth featuring Tony Jones up next, and we will be followed by Mother Maybelline. Talking about them good old friendships. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Yeah.
Let's go. What we got right now for you is a Toe Jones collaboration. It's okay to not change. Oh no, take it to him. No, I'm not perfect, no. My mistakes, no. But all I want is love unconditional. Love unconditional. I don't deserve it, no. But it would be worth it all. All I want is love unconditional. Love unconditional. It don't matter who you are, you still need love. I remember feeling empty, thinking what it was. I needed to treat it to meaning to give me purpose. Without that unconditional love, I just felt purpose. On the surface looking good, but deeply I'm in a battle. Made a choice to follow the streets and slaughter my features like the cattle. Now I'm stressing, here's the lesson. It's a hard pill to swallow. When you realize that ain't no love up in a bottle. I ain't trying to sound like I'm preaching, but to the ones I'm reaching. Love was meant for us all. If not, then why we seek it, feeling defeated and broken when it's gone. Let your pain in your heart and you're feeling so alone. I've been there, that's why I'm speaking from experience. Somebody loves you even deeper than you think it is. I'm serious, the message if you're curious. Praying that you're hearing this. The type of love I'm talking about. No, I'm not perfect, no. Leave my mistakes, no. All I want is love unconditional. Love unconditional. I don't deserve it, no. But it would be worth it all. All I want is love unconditional. love unconditional. I ain't here all the time, no knows I make mistakes. Thank my mama who prayed, got keep my baby safe. That's unconditional love, cause no, I didn't deserve it. I was breaking her heart and doing dirt on purpose. Until the night she cried and changed time, fell in time. On 21st of Minnesota, from a G to a soldier, homies looking at me different. Saying I done changed, but this ain't how I remember it. The rule of the game is stay alive and be there for your fam. You gotta go while I put yours, I hope you understand. You ain't gonna get it on your own, you need to make a plan. But they just won't work it out, leaving out that man. You know what I'm saying? Cause when I speak on, I know somebody we gone. If they can't help you be strong, you gotta tell them keep it strong. You gotta go on, they mean to say it twice. I wanna say up in my life, you gotta love me like Christ. That's unconditional. That's unconditional. Hope you really understand what that means. Say, unconditional. Unconditional. No, I'm not perfect, no. Made my mistakes, no. But all I want is love unconditional. Love unconditional. I don't deserve it, no. But it would be worth it all. All I want is love unconditional. Love unconditional. I told y'all that feel good, yeah. Fell up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, our whole jam right there. That was "Love Unconditional" by T the Truth Jones featuring T the Truth featuring Tone Jones. See, that's too many T's right there. I love the song, but they messed me up with the T's right there. But that is one of our Scoop Radio favorite. And this is also one of our Scoop Radio favorite segments. It's been what feels like 40 days and 40 nights, but it's only been a few weeks. And Mother Maybelline is back here with us on this fine evening. And she is talking about your friends. And I think this one's going to hit our three of us real close because we know about our friends and we love us some people. Okay. So I am ready to hear all of the good Mother Maybelline has for us on this fine Tuesday, this fine Fat Tuesday. How you doing, Mother?
Mother.
We got new technology. You know, she got to get acclimated. We done threw Mother for a loop. We might have to give her a few seconds.
Yeah, who you calling? Who you referring to as Mother? The line you just opened?
Oh.
Oops.
Yeah. Did you have a contact? Comment?
You must be operating in the dark.
Third party, not the dark. We got a third party this evening. Sorry about that. You are absolutely not the mother I expected.
I was drawn to your show because of the title.
Thank you.
The topic that you have. How do you have and maintain a great career and relationship? And I was kind of interested to see what kind of answers you had. But I was going to add one. And it depends. And also, you have to look at what you call a career. A career is different than a job. Mm-hmm. A career is when you have somebody that's working in a profession, say engineer, a doctor, mm-hmm. or someone that's working in a official capacity for a corporation. Now, if you have someone like that and they are married, then that's going to be very difficult to maintain. And you know one thing, you can't have an imbalance in what one person does compared to the other. You can't have a doctor that's married to somebody that works in a rally at McDonald's. That's not going to work. And I don't really think that parents will want to sacrifice their child that they've spent money, time, effort, and all that in order to get them to that point to someone who haven't been equally nurtured in the same way. So what the picture would look like could take on many forms. It just depends on what it is that, or who it is that you're working with.
Agreed. Definitely that.
Yes, sir. We agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is this your first time listening?
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever been drawn to your show.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you for tuning in. And hope you, man, that you come back.
Yes, please.
Yeah, well, I'll check you out and see what you're talking about. And,
Thank you.
if it's something that I can contribute to, I'll call in.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. I love that. New listeners this time. Thank you. All right. So do we have our real life mother? There she is. All right.
Let me tell you something. If I sit here any longer looking at y'all and y'all can't see me, I'm going to bed. Okay? Tell me in advance next time. I'm old. You can't tell me an hour for the show. I'm old. Okay? Blame it on Mr. Burns. I'm gonna put him on blast.
I think that was a little bit of all three of us.
I mean, I'm on the camera. And no shade to the man that's listening for the first time. Mother Maybelline is crazy, but I said no. I don't know who's trying to take my segment, but he got I don't care what you're talking. I keep saying on my end 3, 2, 1. Let me on, Winfred. He talking during my time.
Well, go ahead.
No, look, we so glad you listen to the Scoop Radio Show, baby. You can do it like mother. Can't nobody though. Can't bury me. Can't bury me. Right.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. In the future, Mr. Burns, I need you to send a pamphlet over so my great-great-granddaughter can show me what the hell is going on. I don't know
Oh my God.
Lucky for y'all, I'm flexible. I'm flexible and I'm here. I know everybody. I know if ain't nobody else been waiting on me, Will Bradley has. I know my number one is on here.
Yep.
Now look here, Winfred. I don't know how to tag this to my personal page, baby. Get me on my personal page so they can see me. Hell, I don't know what to do.
We got you.
I got you.
On that note, thank you, friends. What about your friends? Child, I ain't lying. I'm sweating bullets, honey. My good wings is about to throw up, child. I just said, Lord Jesus. All right. I'm glad to be on here. We all right now. I'm so glad to be on the Scoop Radio Show. Let me tell y'all, I'm looking all on Facebook, and this is a good look. I like it. I like it. It's a real good look. And I noticed that you got everybody's names typed on here. It's so professional. I just wanted to let y'all know I really love that.
Thank you.
Now, when you type my name in, put the sexy Mother Maybelline if you don't mind. I know somebody hopped on and said, baby, who is that? That one-time viewer that was just talking, oh, he's going to come back now. Anyway, I love y'all. Let me move on. Hi, Q. Hi, Kels. Hi, Winfred.
Hey,
thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I was on mute over here cussing. I done got my laptop working. Let me squeak and clean it off.
You wiped it. Oh my God.
Let me squeak and clean it off. Oh, that ain't what you supposed to do on the live queue. At least I didn't go and follow it all up. Okay, we're gonna move on. What about your friends, y'all? Child, I gotta get it. I need a drink. I need somebody to take me a drink now. Oh Lord gee, I'm having hot flashes and everything, child. Okay. Tonight we was talking about what about your friends. I know y'all know that TLC song. Y'all in that box. We can y'all remember the snake? What about your friend? I know Kels do it. Come on now. Remember that song, What About Your Friends? Now, Kels Jackson, I know you is not reading something that hard while mother is talking to you that you don't know that song. If you don't quit acting like you was working the broadcast room and be for real. Thank you. You over there dancing, Carol was like, honey, I'm working.
No.
You know what? Them dreads is hanging over your shoulder. I think that hang time got you a little uppity. I see your long hair, don't care. Okay, listen, y'all. Let me quit shucking and driving and get on with the meat of this message. Y'all know the TLC song, What About Your Friends? You know what the lyrics say. Will they stand their ground? Are they going to be around? And I know I'm not the only one, but you probably done been through some friends over the years. You keep some of the same ones, but over the years, honey, some of them is long forgotten, baby. Your best friend on that beat bike with your little basket on the front, we're going to be together to the end. A lot of times you don't even make it to a senior year in high school, okay? Then you got son, you get to college and you go on and friendships just change and they drift. And we always asking, what about your friends? I don't have to tell you how important it is to be focused on the people that you are surrounded by and who you call friends. We get Facebook friends mistaken. Child, I got 1,000-something friends and I really personally maybe only know 45% of you. I don't know you. So don't ask me for money in my inbox and nothing talking about we Facebook friends, because honey, we ain't friends. Okay. We ain't on Facebook. That's what we is. But on that note, I don't want, when we say what about your friends, I know that title sounds like what about your friends, but the tone of that title is what about your friends? In other words, I want to talk about what kind of friend you are. What kind of friend I am. See, so often we worry about what everybody is to us, but tonight is a moment of self-reflection about who are you to other people. Because sometimes unintentionally we think we're these great friends and honey, I'm down for mine and I'm always gonna be there and I got they back. But sometimes we get caught up in expecting everything to go our way. So let me just tell you a couple things. A few things that I want to point out that we want to keep in mind about being a real true friend of somebody. Y'all already know this one. I'm going to say honesty. Honesty is one of the most important things to friendship. Now we're going to everybody, honey, you know around you going to lie and say they keep it real. Meter is on 1,000. Some of y'all lying. Some of you keep it real. Meter is 0.002739. Okay. It ain't really 100%. Keeping it real is telling somebody the truth, not only when it feels good, but when they need to hear it, okay? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Back in the day, you go out and you kick it with your friend. You like, honey, we done went out 3 times, and every time you face down in your own throw up in the bathroom, sugar, we got to talk, okay? Sometimes you gotta have that talk with the girl. Look, man, I know I'm your homeboy and everything, but I don't know if you should keep picking up girls and you got a wife at home. Sometimes we gotta go on and talk to our friends straight up, right? Not justify some of the BS they got going on. And sometimes you got to be real enough with your friends and say, you know what, girl? That wasn't you that time. That sure was me. Girl, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you by not coming to your little Tupperware party. I didn't mean nothing bad now, child. I didn't mean nothing bad. I still love you. And I think it's interesting that y'all were talking about time in relationships, because another thing that I wanted to say besides honesty in a friendship is we got to be realistic about people's time. Everybody can't be at everything you got.
Yeah.
Q can be my best friend, but that don't mean she can make the baby shower, the Christmas party, honey, the wedding reception, and the whatever, and she got her own life going on. But a lot of times we want people to be everywhere that we need them to be, but we're not understanding when they can't be. So first thing, be honest with your friends. Second part, be realistic about your expectation. Your friends is not your husband. They not your wife, they not your mama, and they not your daddy. And guess what? Even though I'm your friend, something can happen where I just physically can't be there. Yep. If you decide at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, we way past this, but don't act like it ain't never happened. But if you decide when you're younger, we'll just say that. I ain't gonna shame nobody 40 still doing this. But you know, when your girlfriend 2 o'clock in the morning going to kick a Negro's dough in, because she done called him cheating, right? You might have couldn't catch that call. You might not could have rolled that night. I got your back though, but I was asleep. What can I tell you? It don't mean I ain't got your back. I didn't go put his clothes on flat. I was just tired. But when you go to court, I'm for sure gonna be a character witness because I'm available that day. I mean, I'm just saying. What they got going on? It don't mean I don't want to be there for you. Or maybe I'm running for office. Maybe I'm running for office. So this time, Kels, I can't help you put the tires on flat because you know they're gonna have me on the news and tell them about if I get arrested. You gotta understand. She's still my friend, but I can't put in that position. We gotta be honest and we gotta have realistic expectations for our friends. The other part of that is we gotta remember our role as a friend. Now, I've been guilty of this before. You ever had that friend that call you, baby, about the same old issue and problem? You give your advice and you're like, I'll be doggone diggity blank if I give you another piece of my good advice because you ain't taking it, right? Listen, we got to be understanding in terms of knowing that we are the friend and not the parent. See, I've gotten so involved in a friend's thing because, honey, I have to tell you offline, it was off the wire ridiculous. Okay? I was so involved in trying to get a life together. What is you going to do? What is we going to do? Okay?
Right.
But then what happened, I started to get personal feelings behind it. She ain't going to do what I told her. I told her to have no attitude. She don't want nothing out of life. She ain't never going to be nothing. You know what I'm saying? You get mad. Gee, don't act like I'm the only one. Don't be acting like you don't get mad at your friend like they ain't never get mad.
Right.
Let me tell you what that friend said to me, though. And it made me feel kind of bad. She said, listen, I know he ain't no good. And I know he gonna hurt me again. But I need you to be there for me when it happens. Be there for me. And I thought, well, that's what a friend would do. Well, go on about your business and I'll be there for you when you need me. You got to remember honesty. We got to remember to have realistic expectations as friends. But that last one, we got to remember what our role is. You is not no, and I'm about to get off here. I know it's 9:51. You know that man came on here with my time. Tell him don't take my time no more. I'm just saying, you better come back here next Tuesday too, sir. It's another good lady that's gonna put money in this spot. But you got to understand that your role is not to be a parent to your friends. And so often we will get upset with one another by not making the moves that we think we should make. My role as a friend is just to support you. Now, if I get on here and I say, now, hold on, y'all, this is Deacon Brown. Hey, baby, I'm on the radio show now. I don't want them in my business. Hold on for a minute, okay? Now, don't y'all worry about what I got going on. Remember my life.
I'm trying to figure out what you say that night for, but okay.
And let me tell you something. Y'all think y'all know something about a booty call, baby? We invented it. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Get it, mother. Get it.
Be honest with your friends. Have realistic expectations. And here's my last piece of advice. Sometimes you got to be a chameleon. You got to be able to adjust in multiple situations. I got some friends that I can take in any situation and they're going to mix in. Y'all them kind of friends. You can take them anywhere. They're going to fit in with the hood crowd. They're going to fit in with the bougie crowd. I got friends I can't mix together because you're going to embarrass me. Okay? Yeah. When you want to be a real friend, be a chameleon. Be able to go with the flow. Don't your friends already have enough life pressure. Don't pressure them to have to impress you because we're people. We ain't got to impress each other like we got to impress the public. Honesty, realistic expectation. What was that third one I said? Y'all know I'm old now. Oh, know your role as a friend. And you got to be a chameleon. I know Winfrey gonna type that up real good. I can't tell you how to spell chameleon. Google it, and I love y'all.
All right, mama.
Okay.
Mother, get this call. Call Deacon Brown back.
Yeah.
Girl, we about to pray.
Good night, girl.
You know that's what them brothers be saying. You know, Winfrey and the men say when they get together, they have Bibles.
I don't say that I say we have to lay hands.
Oh, okay. Well, we gonna be like Noah's Ark, honey. We gonna be like Noah's Ark. We gonna get on there 2 by 2. All right now. I love y'all. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Oh, my cheeks hurt. Oh my God. My whole face hurts. When she wiped that screen, when she wiped that damn screen, it went black.
Yeah.
Who was it on? Who's close first? Y'all, we tired. It's been one hell of a Tuesday for the Scoop Radio show. Y'all only knew.
It's been a technical Tuesday.
Yeah, this has been fun.
Tough technical.
We got what, 5 minutes? Go ahead, Kels. What you got?
Remember May 19th. Mark your calendar. Tickets are live and on sale for the Curvy and Killing It fashion show with host Golden, America's Next Top Model finalists. Again, that's at www.curvykittens.com. I want y'all to have a productive week, and I will see you next Tuesday.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah. So I'm going to wish you all an amazing week, free of technical difficulties. I am sending good vibes for all of your wording, all of your communications. May all of your chargers charge your phones. No, I'm playing. No, but for real, all good vibes for excuse me, a positive week. I am wanting you to be light, be loved, and get out and enjoy some sun. It's gonna warm up here in the city. If you're in Oklahoma City, get out and like let some of this sunlight hit your skin because it'll make you feel so much better. Also visit elegancebydesign.com. I haven't said that all show. Elegancebydesign.com with the Z. Get your hair natural, all natural hair and skin care products. Holla at me. Y'all have a good week. I'm so tired.
I just want to say, listen, I don't spend all this time. What you say, Kels?
I said my mouth is not numb anymore.
I spent all this time trying to get this thing to work right, and I couldn't even do it right. So I'm gonna take my time and do this right. Look, I want just so we can see you. Here you go, Q. There you go.
Thank you.
I want to read. I want y'all as it's crawling across the screen to read.
Yeah.
What you say.
Thank you.
And amen.
Amen.
All right.
Yes.
We got 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 2 minutes. So a couple of things. First of all, so tomorrow, Word on Wednesday, will be on. So Pastor Burns will be on tomorrow. So make sure that you tune in to that, beginning at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Again, Pastor Burns will be on Blog Talk Radio for the Word on Wednesday, continuing his series on the crisis in Corinth. Register for the Level Up Conference at www.levelupchicago.com. March 31st is the last day to do installment payments, so get that done before then. March 31st. Last but definitely not least. So I made a mistake, and because I made a mistake, y'all win. The 2-for-1 special for the Masquerade Ball was supposed to end yesterday, but I made a mistake when I set it up and kept it going through the 8th. So you got through the 8th to get your 2-for-1 ticket to the Masquerade Ball. Go to eventbrite.com. Actually, go local drive and you go to our page and get your 2-for-1 special. Again, you got until the 8th to get it. And then after that, the prices go back to the regular prices. Other than that, that's all we got, y'all. We tired. It's been an interesting show.
We tired.
We tired.
We tried. We tried.
And we appreciate y'all for rocking.
Yes.
This is goodbye. So we over here working through all our technical difficulties. We over here we going to bed tonight. Let's go. So we will see y'all next week for another great show, the radio show. Come on. See y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
You can do your video right now.
Huh?
I'm getting the video movie. Oh, never mind.
What you say, Kim?
Are we still live?
I'm giving you video.
No, it shut off. It said Q drops. Hit episode. We done. We going home. Good night, y'all. God bless. We out.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless y'all. Good night.
We're done. We're done.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. The studio don't want to work right. Be Live don't want to work right.
No, I'm done. She's out.
Going to bed.
Good night, man.